Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm going to work on one last screen, and that is the profile screen. So I'm just going to, once again, I'm going to take this copy, drag it over here. And one thing I do want to remind everyone is, like, when you're working on these wireframes, I mean, it's not the end all and be all. Like, we are going to definitely work to, change these to be a little bit more different. Maybe it really depends on the direction we're going to change, the direction we're definitely going to take with some of these different concepts that we have here. But the whole point of wireframing is just to get those ideas out. Definitely a much more quick and iterative way. So, don't spend too much time like worrying about like how things look, because things change pretty quickly, especially in design. So the profile page is going to have a pretty similar makeup. It's going to have like a profile, header. I think one of the things that is going to change here is like maybe we have like something that is very personalized. Like you have your own profile and, items that you want to buy and, interest that interests you. So maybe there is like some sense of like, maybe there is like a social media aspect to it. I'm not sure. So maybe there is like an image. And oops, I'm going to take this again because it's been really useful. So I'm going to just drag that into here. So maybe there is like an aspect of like some sort of social media. I'm not sure just yet. So we have, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a last name, Leslie, maybe Flores. So we have that. And I'm going to use the plugin called Lorem Ipsum. So you definitely should have this by now. I mean, this is a great plugin. I'm just going to generate it, and it's going to close the plugin right after I do it and generate some content for me. We can make that smaller. And that is that. So we have like maybe like a profile image that they can edit. I mean, we can even make it a little bit more apparent. We can go into our assets panel and go into our buttons and, grab a button, throw that in there. And we could say this is like a small button and it's like a light version. So it's very secondary, and say something like edit profile. So that looks pretty good. So we have like this area here. This probably can fit in there. So I was just holding command while I was dragging that, so it can go inside that auto layout frame. And I think we're going to steal this divider. So sometimes I'm just like, I'm not even using the assets panel. I'm just like copying, different components over. So I'm going to steal that and throw that in there. Now, the interesting part about this now is that I'm going to actually take these. So I'm going to actually leave these here because I'm going to reuse them, but I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in there. You'll notice that it's acting kind of weird. So we can fill the container and hug it, and then we can specify the height. But I'm going to call this like my interest section, and the content here is going to be like maybe like gaming. So we have our interest, gaming. What else can we put here? Maybe we have another one. Oops, I'm gonna make a copy there, throw it in there, and put to hug the content. This is where we can, jump inside here and, essentially delete some of the content that's in here, because it's kind of confusing. So we have our frame, and I'm just gonna set this to fill, and I'm gonna create another one that's in there. So now I have two. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm going to select these two and make them like more squared. And over here, what I'm going to do is I am going to set this to like maybe reading. I mean, I personally love to read, and we have, sports. And there we go. So we have like an interest section, and I'm thinking, maybe they can come in here and they can see all their interests, and, it'd be a quick way to go ahead and, like see those interests, edit those interests, and so on. So I'm going to make a duplicate and drag that down. And now we have another section here. Now I think this is where they can get, another maybe deep dive into their account. So maybe it's like account details. And over here we have things like your orders. And then we have other things like buy again, And okay, maybe wish lists. So definitely some things here that we could use from the other part, like how we just drag those components over. But there we go. Like we've created a pretty simple profile page just by like throwing in some quick components and, staying true to what our goal is for this app. We want to make a personalized app for shopping, as personalized as it possibly can get. And now we've, started exploring this idea of having like a profile that, other people can maybe access. I'm not sure just yet. Maybe that's like a post-launch feature or something that we don't really build in right away, and it's more of like an account screen. But lots of different strategies can come out from, just simple wireframing. And that's how you create wireframes within Figma.